to another prop tutorial. So today I'm going to do just 3 because I know that some of them sort of, I'll go into detail on a few of them, but I want to see what the format would look like with doing 3 at a time. So basically there's a few props that I've been making, some of which have just been sat around for a while and I haven't reviewed or spoken about at the moment, so I thought I'd do them in this video. So the first one is a Dimension Vault. So this is the second version of Dimension Vault, which was seen in Journey's End, and this is made of acrylic and MDF and hardboard. So the 2 bottom bits here, the thick bits, are made, I think it's 18mm, and that's MDF. And they're just easily sanded on the sander. That's the great thing about MDF, is that it's really easy to sand into shape. So that was just done on the disc sander, but with a sanding block you'll probably get the same effect. But you can sort of see it's 2 tiers in the way it is. That's just glue gun together. And then these bolts drilled a hole in and then just glue gunned them in place. Then for the top, it's a little bit trickier. You basically have the acrylic in it here, which this was a little bit tricky to cut out. So there may be a little bit of a cheaper way of doing it, maybe with some yellow plastic. But if you have access to a laser cutter, then you'll be able to sort of copy that pattern, which is basically this sort of ring that goes sort of 3/4 around, which you can see it stops there, and then this central ring which goes, as you can see, it goes right round, and you leave this sort of gap here which gives this raised platform, and then there's a rounded piece, so this goes up and under, and it has this groove cut out and the 2 screw holes go in there, and then this bit which is etched onto glues on top, and that acts as your bit that pushes down. So there's not a lot of flexibility. Maybe if you make the top bit here out of metal, you'd have a bit more flexibility, so you have to be really careful when using it. Sort of, if you push it down, it doesn't touch, but for that. But so yeah, that was just all constructed together, glued together by a glue gun, and then just sprayed up. I had to mask up the yellow acrylic just so that didn't get sprayed. But overall, pretty sort of simple, nifty little prop. The first version of this, which I'll put in the picture down there, was actually a little bit simpler and about the same size as a CD. So I did make one for a friend of mine, and she's got hers. I haven't got one at the moment. It's another prop that I've got to remake, just because, as I say, I gave it to her. So yeah, that's the Dimension Vault, or the Dimension Jumper. The second prop is this River Song scanner. This is the River Song scanner seen in Time of Angels, Series 5, and this is made purely of balsa wood. Balsa wood is a really nice material. It's really soft, it's really light. It is a tad expensive though. Luckily, I go to college, so I can get the balsa wood and use it for projects and stuff like that. So, but basically, this is I think it's about 20mm. The base layer here, you can sort of see it's that there is about 20mm, and that's just a whole solid sheet, and it's got these slight indent grooves cut out the sides, and then this these angled bits here and this bit cut out there, so you've just got that. Then these bolts here, the nuts that go there and 2 inside, and then at the top there's some more balsa bits here that sit on there, this shape there, and it's got some drawing pins and a screw in the middle. You can sort of have a look and see what you've got that may well fit the job. And then you've got these runners which run around. And actually I've looked at the original a bit more in depth, and actually this is a little bit inaccurate on how it's made. So this one I'm going to sort of reconstruct to make it look a little bit better and a bit more closer to the original, because actually this bit here comes out level with these ridged bits, and then these ridged bits are actually in line with, you know, as they are, but it's all one flat surface. I mean, in the back of it you could put bits of circuitry in there, you know, like jacks for wires and stuff, to make it look a bit more technical. Then the front of this, if it will come out, which is possibly going to do, is here we go, is just a piece of acrylic, and that sits in there, and you can put a piece of paper behind that. There's a good scanner screen graphic on, I think it's DeviantArt, so I'll find the link for that. And yeah, the dimensions, if I remember rightly, I think I went from sort of reference images of people holding it and up against the Sonic. I think there was possibly a graphic concept for it, which if it is, I will put it there. And if there's a link to the website, I'll put that in the description as well. So yeah, again, it's a nice size prop, and you know, it's nice and lightweight. So yeah, that's a nice little prop to sort of take with you, especially if you cosplay River Song or possibly the Doctor. But there's actually another version of the PDA, which again I'll put the picture there. That's another version of the scanner, which I haven't got around to making, just because that's a little bit more complex than the way it's built. So the last prop I'm going to talk about today is one I made today actually, and it's a little bit tricky. It's the Doctor's phone from both A Christmas Carol and The Impossible Astronaut. Now this prop is, I've not seen any concept drawings for it. I've not seen any good close-up images of it. I went by this blurry image of it, so I've had to go by what I've had indoors. So I've got a box of bits and pieces which I've just used, but I started off at college with the base shape of it. So as you can see, there's this one layer there which forms the basic shape, and it's joint like that, if you can sort of understand how that is. There's a groove cut out in this larger one here, and the peg as such is pulled out, and then that goes, I've drilled a hole through so a pin will sit in there, so it will move, but I've made it so it doesn't goes in that position all the time. And then I've got some MDF, which as I say is really easy to sort of sand, and that then I've sanded round to make it a bit more rounded. And then basically these wires have come out. It's never a good thing, but yeah, it's not something we can't fix. Another, that's not even going to go up there. Another bit sort of that's on here is there's this bit at the top here, which you'll see. Sorry about that. This bit here is from an old CD drive disc, so that's the laser that reads the CDs. That's just stuck at the top. There's an old speaker which is painted gold, and then there's some just random wiring, a little area I've made up out of a rivet and a wire attachment, and then there's some big upholstery pins in the side, and then there's just 2 buttons on there, a bit of cut up circuit board, a piece of metal that sits in there, that's wrapped around with wire, and then 2 washers and a screw that sit in there for the base, so you sort of hold it like that and speak into it. I think the one in the Impossible Astronaut had a few flashing lights, so I may well look at that a bit more and put in some flashing lights onto it as well, running off some watch batteries, which will be the next stage. I mean, it's made up. I mean, you can sort of see the size of it. As I say, I've had to go from the reference image which I have, which is a bit naff. So that's the best I've come up with, but I think, to be honest, that's probably similar to how it was anyway. But as I say, there's no reference image that I've found of it that are quite clear, or that, and I haven't seen one at the sort of as a reference image from the Doctor Who experience or anything like that. So it's a bit of a tricky picture to find. But if any of you do, please leave a link in the comments. It'd be great, and that'll help me refine this down to make it look a bit better. So yeah, that's the 3 props for today. I hope you enjoyed watching the video and that it's been a bit informative and, you know, inspired you to possibly make your own. So thanks for watching. Please like, comment and subscribe, and see you in the next one.